All right, glissade time. Woo! Woo! Oh! Oh!
Morning, Saturday morning here, day 7. This is where we're right now. Now you can take the ferry across, and then it's like a 1.5 mile walk back to Muir Trail. It's about 4.7 miles up to whatever this junction is, Bear Ridge Junction. And then, of course, it's $13 for the ferry. Or you can walk on the road here and then get to this parking lot, this trailhead, and I think it's like 5.7 miles. So it's an additional 1.1 miles to get up to this junction. But when you add this 1.5, then this is actually longer. So we're deciding then to take this trail because it's less of an incline and we don't have to pay the money to get the ferry. So that's what the plan is. All right, guys, let me get some breakfast and get on the trail.
Well, we're on the Bear Ridge Trail, which, like I showed in that map, basically adds about a mile of distance from going the other way. But you go up the same elevation, so it's just more gradual. So the first mile was pretty steep, more than I expected anyway. Now it's kind of flattened out right now. Now this trail is really sandy, a lot of loose dirt because of all the stock and pack they have on this, so it just makes it more difficult because it feels like you're walking in sand. Well, we are finally at the junction. The trail is probably a good, I don't know, 5 miles or something, not including the road walk to get there. And about 2,200 feet elevation. So the first part was the steep part of the trail. I'd say the last half was very moderate to mild. Now we I think we just descended for a little bit, and then we got our steady climb up Selden Pass. So that started really late. I don't know if I'm gonna go to MTR. I'm not gonna actually go to Muir Trail Ranch, but I was hoping to get down in that gap somewhere. We'll see how long it takes me to get over Selden Pass. So we just got to the top of Selden Pass. There's double. Oh.
Hey everyone, it is
Sunday morning, day 8. Just got on the trail here at 9 o'clock. The average starting time has probably been between 8 to 9 o'clock because I don't have to get up early. And just left camp. So the last few nights, apart from VVR, actually probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 of the last 4 nights, I've been staying with a group of guys who are just awesome. Steve and Jim, aka Gate Master or Gatekeeper, whichever you keep, Jim, and Alyssa and Double. So have had an awesome time, and yeah, it's just been a great part of the hike. I love meeting people, and especially when you can form a little trail bond, and it's a great time. So thanks, guys. Really appreciate all of the conversations and the jokes and the good times. So wish you guys the best of luck down at MTR today and the rest of your journey. So I am going to try to push to get over Muir Pass. Muir Pass is 23 miles from me right now, and I think I can do it. It's a gradual ascent. Basically, you climb about 3,500 feet over 20 miles. So we are actually at the halfway point right now. Where we stayed last night was maybe a couple of tenths past the halfway point. So it's day 8, and I'm literally averaging right at 15 miles, 15 trail miles a day. I probably hiked about an extra 40 or 50 with all the side trips that I have done, but maybe it's a little less than that. I might be over exaggerating. It might be 30, but it's been great. Now it's supposed to get really cold Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So I don't know exactly how cold it's going to be, but I believe the high is only supposed to be 40 in some parts. So the low might get below 20, which the coldest day we've seen so far was at Lake Virginia. And that was back on day 5, I think. The morning of day 5, maybe. It was cold. We were right off of a lake, and I had enough frost on my tent that I could make a snowball, and enough on my bear canvas I could too. So it was cold. Should be an awesome day. Muir Pass is an iconic pass, and they have that structure they built on top that most people recognize. I don't know if it's going to be locked or unlocked. I heard from Double that they have been locking it because people are staying in at night and not using it for emergency use. So, but we'll see. It's been a great time. Half done, half more to go. Here's our first view of the morning as we're heading down into MTR, Muir Trail Ranch. I will not be going there because everything is shut down. If it was open, I'd probably go down there and get some video, but the only thing that they're doing is just accommodating the folks that have sent a resupply bucket, and then they're shutting down on the 27th. So I did hear their little store may be open, which just has a few little things, but that's it. MTR is that away. It's about a mile climb down. I think it's 9/10 of a mile to get to the ranch. And then you can take another side trail. It's 1.5 miles and cuts off a part of the JMT. So we are 2 miles into the day now. And I think we climbed down about another mile. And then the next 20 miles will be up, 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 up. Well, we're about 6.5 miles into the day. We kind of walked through this little gorge here. It's been cut through by this river. It's really pretty. We got a lot of elevation to climb here the next 17 miles. I'm going to go up about another 3,600 feet. I think one of those up there is Muir Pass. We are just over 13 miles in on the day. Going through a little meadow. So here's Evolution Lake. It's kind of nice because it's enclosed here by the Sierras. So it's probably not going to be too windy. Now I have to make a decision. Do I want to stay here or do I want to go over the pass? And here's the vantage point from the southern half of Evolution Lake. What a view. So I've decided to stay here. This will be my campsite for the night. Let's check out this view. So I've hooked my GPS watch up to the solar power panel, and it was at 57%. I got 20%. It's probably been on here for about 45 minutes, and it's kept my GPS almost fully charged when I had it hooked up there every day. So, you know, there's one day that I had my cell phone out for about an hour and it charged about 8%. So, you know, I'd say that overall I've been more impressed with this thing, with it only being 6 ounces and doing more than I thought it was going to do. Hey, good evening, everyone. It is the end of day 8. It's about 6 p.m. and I'm just sitting in my tent here drinking a nice glass of tea. Oh, you didn't know I drink tea? I don't know. I didn't either. It's a new thing. Anyway, I'm at Evolution Lake and ended up going about 18.5 miles today. Decided to hold up here. Seemed like the right thing to do. And the next 3 days are supposed to be very cold. So with me stopping here, I'm able to kind of set my next 2 or 3 nights at a very low elevation. Now when I say low elevation, low for the high Sierras. I think one night I'll be about 9,000, another at maybe 8,500. And Wednesday, if I'm where I want to be, I'll be no less than 10,000. But anyway, it's been a pretty good day. Climbed about 3,200 feet, long gradual ascent out of MTR. Now I started 2 miles before MTR, of course, but it was there was 2 steep ascents during the last 16 or so miles, and the second one brings you right here to Evolution Lake. But give you a chance to kind of see what I see. So we came from that way, and the trail is right behind me, and we are going to be heading out that way. We are only about 5 miles from Muir Pass, which I'm really excited about. And I hope they keep the shelter unlocked. Be kind of cool just to go in it. But I've enjoyed these last 8 days. They just have been incredible. I would definitely recommend coming out here, hiking the John Muir Trail. I mean, you'll see things that you've never seen before. Tomorrow we'll be at 12,000 feet, almost 12,000 feet, the highest elevation that I've ever been at. Right now we're at somewhere around 10,900, which is, I think, the highest I've ever slept at. And that will go up. We have one pass that I know is about 13,500, and of course Whitney is 14,500. But overall, feeling great. All the equipment is working pretty well.
The only issue that I had was on my solar panel, which actually has been impressing me, but it is a little hard to pull the USB out, and the micro USB that I had plugged in there, because I've basically been charging my GPS the entire time, kind of got stuck inside of there. And when I pulled it out, it kind of broke my micro USB. The good news is I still have about 70% on my GPS, so I think I have enough to get through. And I brought a lightning cable for my phone. I was looking for my phone for a second there. It's right here. Originally, I was just going to bring a micro USB and then a little connector to be able to save a little bit of weight, but I didn't want to risk that chance, and I'm glad that I didn't. Other than that, things are going great. Tomorrow is going to be an epic day. I'm only going to probably go about 18 miles again. If I go more than that, I'm basically going to try to climb another pass, and it's Mather Pass, I think, and Mather looks pretty steep. I'd rather leave that one to the morning, and then I'll have an opportunity to sleep at a low elevation when it starts to get really cold. So anyway, wrapping up, guys. Have a great night, and I'll see you tomorrow morning, day 9 on the Muir Trail.